Lean. All right, lean. We know we are lean here. Durianrider, can you please talk about what your protocols entail? If you go to durianrider.com, get my ebooks. I've got 2 ebooks. Just grab them both, read them, deep dive, and let them become your Bible. And I guarantee, if you're a bro, you're going to have striations all over your body. Like you can see, now again, I'm too lean for some people. I get it. But the topic of today, kids, is weight loss, fat loss specifically, okay? And you can see the muscles, like you can see actually the individual muscle, you can see the veins that come over stuff, you can see the insertion points, okay? So I'm like a human anatomy chart. So if you're a guy and you do my protocols, you'll see, you'll also become a human anatomy chart. And you'll have, your jawline will start to pop and your cheekbones will come out, okay? So if that's your goal, and maybe you don't want to be as skinny as me, I get it. Maybe you want to be 90 kilos ripped. Got it. But you will be, okay? If that's your genetics, this is my natty genetics, okay? If I want to be 90 kilos ripped, then that's going to require popping. But my genetic, natural body weight is around 57 to 66 kilos. If I'm doing my protocols, okay? Now, obviously, with anabolics, that body weight's just going to kick up. And the more you take, the more you grow. But again, the topic of the conversation here isn't steroids. It isn't this. It isn't that. It is lowering body fat to this crazy lean low level, striations year round. Okay, and it's easy. My protocols, my diet is based around fruits, sugars, which we have some satchels here of sugars, and starches. Okay, and the starches is I get a lot of bread from the bins, and organic breads, high quality breads I get from the bins. And I eat a little bit of bread, but mostly I eat rice. Rice is my go-to starch, but a lot of this I feed to the birds or the fish. Fruit, man, you got to have fruit every day. Like, you know, fruit is just critical. It's 3 things. This is what people mistake. They're like, they go, well, I'm not going to eat fruit. I'm just going to eat starches and sugar, and that's great. But have the fruit is excellent. Or they go, I'm just going to eat fruit and sugar. No, never starches. I'm like, oh, maybe you can do that. I mean, if you can do that, works for you, cool. I can't do it. I need rice, man. Rice gives me the power. But there was a time in my life where I just ate fruit. And that works. But then I added sugar in, got better, and then starches in, got even better. So maybe if you want to do a fruit detox, okay, I can roll with that. I can fuck with that. But for me, the ultimate protocols, long term, what's going to be sustainable, man, and I'm all about sustainability, is fruit, rice, fruit starches, and sugar. And rice, man. Rice is the king. All right, rice is the king. Maybe corn's good as well, but rice, white rice, there's X factor there, okay? If you want to be super ripped, man, and have the energy, like as men, right? As a man, you've got to build your value, right? You've got to create assets. You've got to have personality. You've got to have energy, charisma, etc. If you're a female, and this isn't good or bad, this is just how the social rules go. Here in the West, if you're a female, you need to preserve your value. Stay fun, stay youthful, stay innocent, stay natural, stay simple, stay basic, stay sunshine. You know what I mean? A girl can be 18, dead broke, and if she just exudes sunshine and innocence and friendliness, she's like high value. If you're an 18-year-old bro, and you're broke and you're friendly and you're sunshine, that's cool, bro. But the chicks aren't going to be like grabbing you. They're going to be like, what have you got to provide me with, Mr. Sunshine? So the carbohydrate needs of women and men aren't different. Women still need enough carbs, but men just can't flower around on carbs. You can't you can't fuck with carbs insufficiency. Like if you're a man and you can be under carbs, you're going downhill pretty quick. As a woman, because expectations of women in society are far, far, far less, just got to preserve your value, girls. It's really easy. Women make it more complex than it has to be. You know what I mean? And you see women out there, I'm going to sidetrack a bit, we'll come back to it, but I see young women out there, they're injecting their lips, they're injecting their face, they're getting fillers, and I'm like, you're 22. Well, what are you doing? They're bleaching their hair, and their hair's cracking out, and I'm like, yeah, you're 18 and your hair, what's happened to your hair? You've bleached the hair, you've putting these heat irons on your hair, just straightening your hair out, and now your hair's like brittle and thin and fragile. I'm like, you're only 25, what are you doing, girl? And they put all this makeup on there, and they're washing out their youthful glow, and it's like, what are you doing, girl? You know, come on. So women just have to preserve their value. No, women, No quality, high-value man ever expects you to do face shots, injections. Never. Never. No high-quality man expects you to have a face full of makeup or do a BBL. None of that junk. Okay, never. No man expects you to do anabolic steroids and turn yourself into a Justin Timberlake. No man ever, high-quality man ever wants you to do that. Okay, so girls don't get caught up. Girls follow other girls and they get on TikTok and other girls injecting their face and getting the baboon-ass lips, and so I might do that too. Don't do that. Just preserve your high school looks. How you looked in high school, slim, athletic, happy, okay, drug-free, looking sober, that's what you want to preserve for every year of your life, as much as you can. Obviously, father time takes us all, but preserving value, that innocence, that fun, that spontaneous, that fitness, the health, the mobility, the nobility, that's what we want to preserve, girls, okay? Don't get caught into this injection shit in the face, and the fad diets and the drugs, okay? Girls, you want to look like you've never been drunk or never been stoned in your life or never taken Xanax. That's the goal, okay? Preserve your value. Now, men, you need to build your value, and that's going to take enough sleep, water, sugar, starches, fruits, and unlimited sugars every day, and water and hydration, all right? And mental focus and emotional poise and being stoic and having good posture and building your physique in terms of fitness and cardio and stamina, okay? And strength, not just physically, but emotionally. All right? That's what we're expected of. And you can't do that if you're fucking around with counting calories. Like, how many I've eaten too many calories today, brother? What should I do? Like, come on, man. You're not a 15-year-old girl, guys. Stop asking me, how to be in a calorie deficit. Dude, you're a bro. You're not a fucking 15-year-old girl, all right? Andrew Tate out there, I only eat one meal a day. That's so freaking... What are you doing? Andrew Tate, I only eat one meal a day. I'm trying to lose weight. What the hell? Like Andrew Tate, Mr. Kick-Ass Bad Bro, and he says some great things, but he's like got this mad, raging, disordered eating pattern going on there. It's crazy, man. Guys, the best thing you can do to be your best version of yourself as a man is stop thinking and eating little small portions like a teenage girl does who lives in LA County and has a disordered eating issue. Stop doing that. And girls also stop doing that too, okay? Girls, do my protocols. You have your best results ever. So that's the deal there. So, you know, on the terms of weight loss, I would say I am the king out there. Of the established YouTubers, of the established fitness influencers, I am the king of weight loss. And I say that not to be arrogant and sound like a douche, and I know I do sound like a douche, but I'm just here to be like that, to be that confidence, to give people the confidence that this path that I promote, the sleep, water, sugar, the fruits, the starches, the sugars, you know, the bicycle lifestyle, the simple living, getting addicted to running shoes and just being into fitness and stuff, you know, just into nature, freedom, fun, fitness, safety, all these things that I promote and I stand for and I love to do every day. You know what I mean? That's the life, man. That is the life, my friends. Stop getting caught up in this Andrew Tate. I've got to have a Bugatti. I've got to have the fastest car in the world because it's got to make up for my insecurities that I have. You know, like, no, fuck that. You don't even need a driver's license. I'm almost 50. I've never had a driver's license. Okay, so cars are handy, but I think we use them way too much. Anyway, that's just the deal. So I guarantee results. Go to my website, durianrider.com. Get my ebooks. They're easy to read. You are going to just get your absolute best results, guys and girls. And girls. But just remember that as well. Like every day we want to have goals for the day. And a woman's best life is when she's preserving her value. Okay? And that inspires people around her. A man's best life is when he's building his value. He's contributing. Right? That's a man's contribution to society, his environment. Building his value. And if you're building your ecological footprint in a better way, more sustainable way, you're building that. And that's a good thing. If you're a woman and you're preserving your fun and humor and childlike, just spontaneous, just being carefree and free, that's great. That's inspiring as well. So it's just about, none of us really grow up too much, do we? We're just basically kids in adult bodies, okay? And often dealing with some childhood trauma or how we perceive things as children or what our parents did or didn't do to us or other people around us in our life who influence us as kids, and we carry this baggage around. How are you meant to heal or grow on the past and move on, or shift your perception about what happened and form new procedures in life if you don't have enough sleep, water, sugar every day. Because when you skimp on sleep, or when you skimp on sugar, you just have elevated cortisol levels, okay? And when you skimp on sugar, you're more attracted to caffeine and stimulants, which also raise cortisol. Sugar restriction equals stimulant addiction. So when your cortisol's high from lack of sugar, and now you throw in some exogenous stimulants like caffeine, etc., now your cortisol's really high. How are you meant to heal and process the shit that happened back in the past? It's almost impossible, isn't it? But there's big money in keeping people unhealed and overstimulated and fatigued. And it's like people are in this overstimulated, fatigued state where they can't even run down the street to save their own kid's life. I mean, sad. And they load up on protein and healthy fats, and they can't even run down the street to save their own kid's life or someone's life down the road. You know what I mean? They can't even do that. Isn't that crazy? And it's not because they're injured. They're just incapacitated because they'd listened to the 6 o'clock news dietary advice. Healthy fats, lean proteins, count your calories, avoid sugars, avoid carbs. Welcome to the 6 o'clock news. You know, so that, and then they look like the fat newsreader. Or the, you know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy. I remember, yeah, anyway. Stories I can tell. People, the simple life's the best life, all right? The fitness life is the best life. There's nothing, in my opinion, better. And I know some people out there who are super financial, multi-millionaires, man. Private jet load. I've met these people. And they're asking me the same questions. It's like, how do I get lean? You know, my kids are stressing me out. My wife's unhappy. Or my husband's doing this. But they're asking me the same questions. They got all the money in the world. Okay? So I'm thinking, damn, like, money's important. Money's great. But I ain't going to sacrifice my happiness to get it. So that's just the reality. And the simple life, man. Like, that's where it's at. Like, wearing a pair of good shoes, going for a walk, going for a ride on your bike, in your wheelchair maybe, go for a spin around the hood. That's the where it's at. Getting out there and getting amongst it and helping other people, helping the animals. It's great fun, man. You know, every day I go help birds in my city, help animals in my city. It just gives you a sense of purpose. You know, building your value as a man makes you feel good as a man. And then you're less likely and have far less desire to get involved with drugs and alcohol to mask that lack of purpose, what you're doing every day. That's the wrap up. Guaranteed results, gang. I guarantee you results. All right? I guarantee you results. It pains me to see people out there fearing carbohydrate, fearing sugar, fearing fruit, okay? Fearing starches. And this thing recently, the sugar diet's getting traction. That's fantastic. People out there go, oh, I shouldn't eat starch. I'm like, you shouldn't eat starch. It's like, dude, you know what I mean? Like look at the body. It's just like, you know what I mean? And I'm full of glycogen and I'm fully hydrated. This isn't me starving down on some diuretics or some crap. This is me, natty, okay? This is my natural physique, just lean, my natural low body fat levels. Again, it's too lean for some people, but just here to demonstrate. The topic is fat loss, and that's the deal. But some people out there going, I shouldn't eat rice. I'm like, I mean, they're like, if you like eating rice, you should eat rice, okay? If digestion-wise, if it's working for you, you should be eating rice. You know, it's for me. I had rice at dinner last night, and it's just I've done all the experimentation, all the carbohydrate sources for dinner. For me, I need rice dinners. Like I am my best white rice dinners. Second would be something like cornflakes and sugar and water. You know, and again, like a lot of people will trash this advice because they don't want to give up their fatty protein foods. They don't want to give up their and you can eat those when you're lean. Like I still have a handful of nuts. You know, some nights I have a handful of nuts. Just because I'm just so lean, it's like, okay, maybe I shouldn't get too leaner. Let me have some handful of nuts every day or every now and then to prevent getting too lean. But people out there will trash my advice. Will say, I did durianrider's advice, didn't work for me. You know, I got fat. And it's like, you didn't get fat, you're doing what I recommend, dude. You got fat from when no one was looking what you were eating. Because what we eat in private eventually shows up in public, especially if we do it enough, okay? So that greasy, fatty food you're eating, it might be vegan food, it might be non-vegan food, whatever you're doing, bro, you are not doing what I recommend, okay? There's no way, you know, it's like going, it's like a Tour de France rider getting fatter as the Tour de France goes on. Eating the same as all the other riders, doing the same race, doing everything's the same, okay? No extras coming in. Doing everything the same, and the rider gets fatter And then in the Tour de France, oh, I'm so fat I can't even put my locker on. This doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. Okay? These people out there are lying. Okay? Liars. I remember I had one dude, I was coaching up for a while there, and he had, he was pretty lean, and he had full-on acne. And I was like, I'm like, he was using some face cleansers and stuff, and I guess that could have been a factor. He's like, I'm doing no overt fats. I'm like, and then he was at a party, and someone sent me a screenshot of him dipping into all this fatty, oily, greasy vegan food. And so I sent that picture to him, and he's like, and he's just raging. I said, dude, like, you can't bullshit me, man. Like, I know what you're doing, man. All right, it shows on your face. The acne you're getting is from the grease you're eating, bro. You can't get a greasy skin on a fat-free diet, or sugars and starches and sugars, starches, fruits. That's virtually fat-free. But it's not gonna give you greasy skin. So he had this greasy, shiny skin. I said, dude, maybe you're sleepwalking, but you're eating oily shit, and it's going on your skin. It's in your T-zone, He's like, no, I'm not. Just the sugar. I said, bro, it's not. And eventually, he sort of went a little bit semi-crazy. Good kid, man, good kid. Then he got on the antibiotics and stuff to try and heal his acne, and that just fucking wrecked his gut. And then he's gone AWOL. But a good kid, man. I really feel sorry that he just went down that pathway, man. But I've seen it, people. I've seen such talent out there. I've seen such amazing people with amazing talent, like aesthetically amazing, spiritually amazing, but they get caught up in this eating disorder, this sugar phobia, and they just destroy themselves, man. They get caught up in calories in, calories out mentality, and they literally just destroy themselves, man. It's like there's this big web out there, this big emotional prison, just trapping people. Calories in, calories out, sugar's bad, you've got to have fats and healthy proteins and all this stuff, and don't ride a bike, and all just craziness, man. It's just this big, I don't know what's going on out there, but it's a circus. It's a circus. So carbs, never, ever, ever restrict your carbohydrate. Always eat as much carbs as you want every week. Fruit, sugar, starches, okay? Especially the sugar, and especially the fruit. You really need the fruit, and the sugar is so important. It's, it's just so important. Like, we have teeth, canine teeth. We don't have canine teeth, because if we had real canine teeth, let's say this was a chicken leg, and we bit into it, it'll literally crack our freaking teeth. Don't do that. But imagine if you did do that, bit as hard, crunched a chicken leg like your dog or cat would. If you did that with your actual canine teeth, you'd shatter them like little bits of chalk, just snap off, little stubs of broken shard teeth on your, on your canine teeth. We have cane teeth, okay, for getting into sugar cane, biting it and peeling it back and then breaking it and then chewing it. That's what that canine teeth are for. Cane teeth, not canine. A true canine teeth can chop into bone, chicken bone, mouse bone, dog bone, cat bone, meat, all right? Meats that are eaten all around the world, okay? Pigeons, pelicans, ducks, galahs, cockatoos, emus, ostrich, falcons, birds that people eat. Fuck knows why, but that's what we do, because we follow what people are. Humans, we follow. Humans just follow, all right? If everyone started eating, if you taught your kids to eat peregrine falcons, your kids would go, oh, peregrine falcon, that's dinner. Kentucky Fried Peregrine Falcon. We just follow what our parents taught us, what their parents taught us, and we just fucking follow. We do the stupidest shit. Oh, you believe in that God in the sky? I believe this God in the sky. I'm going to drop a freaking nuke on you now. It's just the fucking dumbest shit we do as humans. The dumbest shit. My mum believed sugar was bad. And she'd say, sugar's bad. I'm like, sugar's fucking awesome. And I think my mum was crazy. And I don't know why I had that epiphany when I was 8. I was like, no, sugar's good. I like sugar. Sugar makes me feel good. It's sweet and it's natural. And my mum was anti-sugar. So I was raised on an anti-sugar lifestyle. Right? So I had sugar restriction. But that was good, because it made me deep dive into the truth. But we do some crazy things because of sugar restriction. Anyway, the canine teeth we don't have, man. If we bit into that stuff, we would destroy our freaking teeth. Eat a steak, mate. It's like, come on, dude. All right, is that the best redneck comment you got this week? That's the deal, gang. Carbs for the win. Just do my protocols. Just experiment with it, man. Just experiment with it, and I guarantee you guys, you're gonna get more shredded. You're gonna have better emotional energy. It's gonna be easier to deal with your women or people in your life. Okay, everything's easier with carbohydrates. Life is meant to be sweet. Life is hard, man. Life is dangerous. Carbs increase our safety because they increase our spatial awareness. Okay, you're out there driving a truck or a car, you need to carb the fuck up, man. You need to have your waters. You need to be onto it, lads. I get this water from the bin. Here, how much we throw out in Australia here? Dumpster diving. You ever done dumpster diving? It's crazy, man. I got over $1,500 of product the other night from the bin. Like, used by date, still fine. Product I wouldn't use, but product of I can sell for money and buy more fruit. It's crazy what we're throwing out. We live in one part of the world, people are dying every day from not enough bottle of water. And here in Australia, we're throwing these bottles of the water in the bin. That's crazy. Literally, over 30,000 kids today will die from starvation. Over 30,000 will die from starvation today. But we focus on what's in the 6 o'clock news. And we throw out so much water. We waste so much water. You know, we do crazy things. Anyway, so that's what my lifestyle is about. It's not just about being freaking shredded, bro. It's about, who cares if you're shredded if your lifestyle's detrimental to everyone around you and your mood shit. We fail. Like David Goggins. He does some epic stuff on records and runs and rides and stuff, and cool. But he's abandoned his own teenage daughter. David Goggins has abandoned his own teenage daughter. Don't talk to her. Just say, you want to do 1,000 chin-ups? See you later. You know what I mean? Like, abandoned, quit. David Goggins is a quitter. You know what I mean? Like, who cares if you can run a marathon on no cartilage? You know, run so far that your cartilage wears out. I mean, that's a bit dumb, but, you know, I guess it would take a certain level of painkiller addiction to do that. But I think it's stupid. When you're doing that effort, it's like you're running away from your kid that you had. As a dad, come on, man. Come on, you know? Like, if you're not there for your kids as a dad, then fucking hell. You can't, David Goggins cannot call himself a motivational speaker or an authority or a man of integrity or a non-quitter if he's bounced on his teenage daughter, all right? Just saying, that's just my opinion anyway. You might disagree with that. But I would say David Goggins' insufficient carbohydrate intake, which causes him to take things personally. So maybe he had a blow up with his daughter, couldn't hack it. He's like, get away from me then, girl. Get away. Oh, I'm walking away from you. Not talking to you again. Abandon his daughter, just, you know, and just runs at grandma pace, you know, around the street, hobbling along with his injuries. I don't think that's a great life. And I would say that started because David Goggins got obese from his high-fat food and high-protein foods, fear of carbohydrate. You know, so even going someone like David Goggins, man, affected by the sugar phobia, okay? Affected by the calories in, calories out mentality. So that's what I mean. It's a pernicious belief system. And yeah, I say those things to trigger Goggins into better action. There's a reason behind what I'm saying. But I would say if Goggins was eating as much jelly beans as he wanted, I bet he'd call his daughter that day. Jelly beans. David Goggins, eat some jelly beans, call your daughter, mate. Call your daughter. Fly her out. I mean, David Goggins has got money, man. Yeah? Fly out, do a video of your daughter. David Goggins, become an inspiration for dads out there. Hey guys, I haven't talked to my daughter for 10 years. I was a douchebag. This is my daughter. Maybe she can ride the bike while I go run. Just a suggestion, Goggins. Just a suggestion. So I like to deep dive in psychology. Oh my God, when that sugar hits the system, yeah. Life's meant to be sweet. There's a reason we have this affinity and pleasure with sugar. Sucrose, mostly. Because we need it. Our brain runs on sugars. Sugar and water. The best. Don't you just want a steak, durianrider? No, I don't, man. I know what the steak represents. Okay? I was watching some dude on TikTok last night who's patting this water buffalo. And I was thinking, damn, those water buffaloes are friendly. You know? I wonder if I can eat it. Anyway. I used to eat meat because I thought I needed it. Go eat your meat. Okay, Mum. Put some sauce in there. Put some plants on there. Smother it in plant spices to make it edible. Once I learned where meat come from, I was like, we don't really need this shit. So I've done my dietary experiments. Don't worry about that. That's why I can say with 100% conviction, humans do not need meat, milk, eggs, whatever. Everything we need as adults from plants. Babies, yeah. Breast milk, I get it. Breast milk from humans, yeah. Not a goat or a horse or a cow. As adults, plants, everything we got. What about B? Oh, no. If B12 deficiency was from being vegan, then only vegans would have B12 deficiencies. But that's not the case, is it? There's not a single deficiency, gang. There's not a single deficiency that only vegans get. Think about that. Now, if you put your cat on a vegan diet, and you put it in a room so it can't catch any cockroaches, etc., it's going to die from deficiencies because it was a vegan. Cats aren't meant to be vegan. Now, you can supplement with the supplements they do, give the vegan cats, and they live fine. But cats will die on a vegan diet without their certain supplementations, but not humans. So that says something there, doesn't it? Okay? Dan, where did the story go? We started with talking about fat loss, and we talked about David Goggins abandoning his only child, and vegan cats. So we deep dive in here. Great day ahead. Great day ahead. It's good to be alive. And sugar just changes everything. Like if you're having a fight with someone, just grab some jelly beans and eat them, and then just have a deep breath, drink some water. All right, where were we? Actually, why are we fighting? Let's negotiate versus fight.